everybody. I'm doing a 30-minute session for a client, so I'm going to be sharing psychic wisdom and energy healing. If any of you are interested in exploring a session with me, please come visit me at my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read the goals here and get started. Hi, Abby. I want to see myself more clearly. I would really like to see what you see in me as a person, as a soul. I would like to see how you see myself. I want to see myself more clearly. I would really like to see what you see in me as a person, as a soul. I would like to see how you see myself. Yeah. So you see yourself, right? And you want me to see you for how I see you in order for you to see yourself in a new way. Okay. I am open to healing too, and I am open to anything really. I just wanted to have a session with you and see what comes up. Thank you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you so very much. Thank you for being open-minded as well. And I will absolutely take a look at your energy field and we will discover you together, okay? And if there's any healing to do, then we will absolutely do that as well. All right. Are you ready for this? Thank you so much for reaching out, exploring a session with me, and thank you so much for your open-mindedness to share with others. Okay. Okay. The first thing that comes to me is it's almost like honey got literally like Pooh Bear honey got kind of tossed into my face, and then the bees are on my face. And I'm very still about it. I'm not reacting to this. And there's also honey and bees on my wrist now too. And I start to see that the world around you is becoming darker. And you're losing your eyesight. And you seem to be aware of this. You're not afraid of the dark, but you are... What is it that you are afraid of? What this change means. What this change is about. Because you're not given the ability to see. And you like to be able to see. When you are in the dark, you don't know what you're working with. You don't know what you're up against. You don't even know yourself. That's why this is happening. Because it's time for you to know yourself in a new way. Which is why you must be drawn to a session here, because you need me to help you to see this. For you to really contemplate its meaning. But I want you to know that this is a safe experience. This is an absolutely safe experience. It's going to feel like the fish out of water event. But a fish out of water event is a safe experience too. I guess. I mean, fish can't really breathe without water. I don't see you. I almost said drowning. If you're a fish out of water, you can't really drown, can you? But maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is as goofy and as weird as being a fish out of water drowning in oxygen. You're safe. Okay, you're totally safe. All right. I will say I am surprised by how overwhelmingly dark it's getting in here. Almost like a creepy shadow upon me as I sleep at night. But not really sure if that's what's happening. Maybe I'm just making this up. It is a creepy feeling. It's a strange feeling. The honey and the bees are still on the face and on the wrist, but there's fewer bees, okay? Not sure what this represents, but that's what I'm seeing. Oh, this is very uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, is this ever uncomfortable? I see her sitting in a unique chair, and it kind of reminds me of a Star Wars type chair. Like the emperor like sits in this like weird chair. Like it kind of has this vibe to it. It's like a black metal, and you're sitting in this black metal kind of spacey looking chair, and it's moving. And it's moving around based on where you decide the chair will go. And there's a somebody in this darkness that is before you. And this somebody is very intimidating for your heart. And I'm wondering why you feel small against this. I'm going to just watch for a little bit. Gosh, this is putting a lot of pressure on my head. It feels like we're slightly out of the human world, the human experience, but I do feel the shadow seems to linger in the human world for you. And it's an intimidating feeling. And you have to decide how you're going to face it. And right now, you're just going to continue to just be as you are familiar with yourself. Okay? Gosh, this is making my throat just... I feel really weird in my throat. I feel weird in the back of my head. I feel like my heart is full of really pretty marbles. Really pretty pearls. And it's just a jar full of these in the heart. But these could spill on the floor, and then somebody could easily slip. And so it's like a storage space, but it's also kind of, it could become a tool for someone to hurt themselves on them. We're going to have to continue with the breakdown process, okay? Because it's not going to be easy for me to really understand all the ins and outs of this just yet. And I'm going to really amplify the sound of concern and insecurity. And I'm wondering if this entire thing is just an illusion that you need to have in your life. And it just needs to kind of loom over you and for you to feel small against it. It's almost like it kind of behaves like it might just be an illusion in order for you to get the next experience out of your life. And I feel like you have a right to embrace any kind of concerns that you feel like having, because these concerns are actually going to open up pathways of learning for you. Maybe it's time for some new learning for you, okay? And sometimes new learning, it comes from the gift of these type of scenarios that create the concern, because you just don't know about yourself now. Why would you ever be concerned? What is it that you're concerned the most about? Is it about life or death? Is it about loss? What is your greatest concern? What is your greatest fear? One of them is losing yourself, as in not really knowing who you are anymore. You don't like that. The fish out of water that drowns in the oxygen. That's going to be totally fine, okay? This one is different. Gosh, it gets me jarred up in my throat. I'm trying to understand the level of relationship here. because you're concerned about what is looming in the shadow, which is much bigger than you. And I still feel like you are equals of each other. So I'm not really sure why you feel concern about this. Because energetically, you're equals. So I don't really... What is it that you are not seeing in the strength of yourself? That now you put yourself beneath this concern. But this concern is not bigger than you or above you. This is more complicated than that because we're not really working with ego here. And if we're not working with ego, I can't use these identifying tools as though you are beneath and it is bigger than you, because that's how ego perceives things. So what are we working with here? That's the best my human self can try to interpret this as of right now, okay? I'm supposed to think less of you right now, okay? So I kind of come in and it's like, what is this weird chair you're in? Who are you? Why aren't you just standing up? Why are you sitting down all the time? Why are you so afraid of that weird jerk in the dark? You're pathetic. You're so pathetic. Man, you're washed up. You're nobody. You're stupid. You're gone. I'm supposed to say things like that, almost like it's supposed to get you to react. Because in a way, we need to feel a little bit of ego in order to understand what the thing is. In order to put our finger on what the insecurity is. Because if you're not working with ego, then you're not going to be able to tell exactly. And as human beings, it's okay. It's okay, okay? To feel some of these ways. It kind of activates a deeper knowing. You won't talk about it and you're very composed and you're not going to be derailed by my opinion. But what I do see is you are stuck and you aren't moving out of this chair and you don't want anybody to know about it. You don't want anybody to know that you are stuck in this chair and that you are stuck in your life big time. And you don't want to make a change because you're afraid of what that change is going to create as far as your identity and who you are. I tell you that the solution is to get up, to get out of your comfort zone. That's exactly the solution. Get out of your comfort zone. Now I understand the fish out of water that's drowning in oxygen. I understand it because, and I understand the feeling of losing your identity or losing yourself. I understand that why that is a fear, because for you to get out of your comfort zone is going to feel like you don't even know who you are right now, and you're going to have to try some things and you're just not sure. And it's going to feel like you're just not going to be sure for a little while. And that is what you need to embrace, is just not knowing. Try some things and not really know. You're going to have to take a risk, take a gamble, okay? And if you continue to sit in that chair, you're going to be bored in life, basically. I don't think you're going to be necessarily... I mean, I don't see you... You can sit in the chair. You can sit with your security and your safety. It doesn't seem like the end of the world to me. But I see that you have the freedom to stand up and just not know. In a way, it feels like if you get out of your comfort zone, you might make a fool of yourself, okay? Because it seems like, let's say you're bored of who you are. Maybe you're bored of your identity. That's why you need me to help you see yourself in a new way, because you're bored of yourself. Now, you could stay in the comfort zone of yourself, okay? Or you could take a gamble and make a fool of yourself. which isn't actually making a fool of yourself at all. It's just you living your life for yourself to discover yourself in new ways. Who cares what anybody else thinks is your freaking life? That's why you're not going to get hurt as the fish out of water drowning in oxygen. You're not going to get hurt. You're going to be totally fine. That's why this darkness is all just kind of an illusion. That's why it's like, but you're equals. You're not littler than, it's not bigger than, and there's really no ego involved because it's basically your own reflection. Is it your own reflection that's in the dark looming over you and you don't want to change anything right now? Because you want safety and security, but yet you don't want it at the same time. The pearls, the marbles are going to spill on the floor and you're going to slip and fall and everybody's going to make, is going to point and laugh, You'll make a mockery of yourself. I don't see that. I'm going to tell you what. If you choose to make changes, it's going to work out for you. And it's actually going to better your life in a bajillion different ways. It's actually going to open a lot of doors and give you room to breathe. Because the fish out of water now learns how to adapt to the air. And that's what's going to happen here, okay? Literally, it's literally what's going to happen here. You can own that. You can totally own that. There's the next thing. I still see what we've been exploring thus far. And I still see the honey on the face and on the wrist. And there's very few bees now. I mean, we're talking like 2 or 3 bees left on the face and wrist combined. There's very few bees left. I still don't understand what this honey represents. I do see it's getting thinner, though, so it's almost like I can see more of who you are. Why would you have this over your face? Why would you have this on your wrist? Is it supposed to represent like a bracelet and a face mask? Oh, you're like, no. You're like very like, no. It doesn't represent a mask and a bracelet. Okay. So it does, doesn't it? No. So it does, doesn't it? It does represent a mask and a bracelet. No. Why do you keep saying no to me? Okay. I don't know why this is so funny. Okay, swear to God. It's a bracelet. It's a mask. And they're made out of gold. It's a golden bracelet. It's a golden mask. I say, who cares? It's beautiful. I like your mask and your bracelet. Can't I just like your mask and your bracelet? What if I just like you the way you are? Mask and bracelet and all. You don't want me to like you the way you are. You want me in a way to change you into the person you're trying to emulate? That you don't really know who that person is and you need my help to figure that out, help you figure that out. I say you can't be anybody but yourself, for starters, okay? You can't be anybody but yourself for starters. And the more that you really discover who you are for who you are, the more you amplify that, the more true to yourself you'll become and the more at peace you will be, okay, in your life. It will really help you. It's something of you're projecting yourself ahead of yourself and really need to get back into yourself. And that's not sitting in the chair here. That's actually living your life. That's actually living your life. And when you do that, we don't need the fish out of water scenario. We don't need the shadows. We don't need the weird reflection hidden in the dark. We don't need any of this other stuff. Because you are just loving you. You are allowed to just love you. You're afraid of me seeing what you look like without the mask on. And you look like a robot, okay? You look like a robot, and you have two really glowing blue eyes. Okay, I swear to God, there's like some movie from the 80s. Is it called Short Circuit? And there's a robot in it. I can't remember. I am pulling this out of left field because my memory's so vague on this, but I think you look like the robot from Short Circuit. And I guess the title Short Circuit, maybe you have short circuited. I'm trying to understand all the different meanings that could be in this here, but I'm just going to see you and love you for who you are. You say, but this is a problem, though. This is a problem. I am a robot. You don't want me to love you as a robot. I need to explore this a little deeper, okay? You're a golden robot. You're a golden robot. But you're not a robot, though. You are choosing to emanate that facade. Like, you're the one that is saying that you're a golden robot with the blue glowing eyes. You're the one that's saying that. That's not how I see you. But you need me to see you like this and then give you my opinion on what I see. Okay. Are you trying to put words in my mouth? Like I should be disappointed, or I should think less of you, or still working this one out. Are you talking to me? And you're not making it very straightforward here. You need to just be straightforward with me. I mean, you just need to tell me straightforward here. And stop dancing around. But the funny thing is, like, when you are beating around the bush, it's very hard to tell. And I'm picking up on some little clues here. It's very silent when you beat around the bush. And it's almost like you're trying to tell me something because you are a golden robot with glowing blue eyes. It's like you want me to know what you're trying to say without you having to say it. Like I'm supposed to read your mind. I'm not a mind reader. I'm just presented with the energies and the material, and then I tell you what it's like for me. That's all I know, okay? I mean, I don't think you even know what you're trying to say. So how am I supposed to know what you're trying to say? I don't even think you know what you're trying to say. Okay, so you're a golden robot, okay? I'm going to put this as like golden robot plus blue glowing eyes equals what? I love this so much. This is so fun. Okay, let me figure this out. We're like playing charades or something. I care so much about what you're looking to achieve here that I will deeply, 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 deeply explore an interpretation of this for you, okay? I'm going to just look at the golden robot for a bit, okay? I'm going to explore this from the depths of my soul to really interpret it. I mean, this is really important to you. I tell you that inside the robot represents your heart. Golden robot represents your heart. And in your heart, there is a jungle. And the leaves are made out of emerald. They're like emerald, massive emerald leaves. And I find this place to be beautiful, but disappointingly not therapeutic. I don't know why, because it's so, there's something magical about it, but it's not, like anybody walking in here should be absolutely transformed, but it's lacking what I would describe as spirit, because it looks beautiful, but it isn't, it doesn't possess energy that actually is what it is intended to be. Like, this is emerald, this says it's emerald, but it doesn't vibrate. So everything says, I'm emerald, I'm this, I'm ruby, I'm this stuff. And there's no real, it just looks nice. It's not real though. It's not actually, it's lacking the, it's lacking its own purpose. I mean, this jungle is meant to be a healing garden, and it's working with crystal energies, and it's working with higher wisdom, but yet there's nothing here except it looks pretty. And this is in your heart. Your golden robot essence represents the heart that is, and within it then is this garden, okay? You're really asking me, well, tell me the secret of how I put life into that. How you put life into your heart? How life is then breathed into your heart? Because it's a robot, so it's not actually alive. So your heart is not actually alive. And the garden within your heart is not actually alive either. And how do we breathe life into this? I'll ask your higher self and your guides, and your angels. How do you recommend that life be breathed into the heart, the garden, the robot, what this is about? How do you recommend that that be manifested? They show me, this is what they want me to tell you, okay? I'm supposed to say it kind of like this. There's a man that's smiling, and he has this suit, and he has a golden coins, okay? And he's kind of letting the golden coins come through his hand, and I can hear the golden coins like enter into a treasure chest. Like clink, 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 and there's just more and more and more golden coins, and he's smiling. As if gold will then bring the enrichment, okay? That is part of the riddle. What is the spirit of gold? What is the spirit of yourself? Are you yourself made out of gold? No. Why don't we just say yes, okay? Let's just say yes, and it doesn't matter, all right? Let's just work with yes and see what comes from that, okay? So why don't we just say yes, you're made out of gold? Let's just say yes to that. Oh, yeah. When I welcome you to just say yes to that, all these screaming bats just come out of nowhere and start flying at me and trying to knock me off. Because in a way, you hate that. You hate what that means to you, okay? It makes you so mad. Why? Because it's actually your identity. Why would your identity make you mad? That's where you got to get in alignment here. Because you have to embrace who you are. You have to embrace who you are to be happy. And if you're made out of gold, then embrace that. Okay? Do you still need the mask and the bracelet? I don't know. Are these props or something? Do we need them? I just want to see what you say and how you feel. I feel like it's important that it's okay to wear masks. But as we're starting to understand that it's okay for you to be who you are, now removing the mask is allowing you to just be yourself. Because that's what you do best, is be yourself. You do that best. And all the bats are really quieting down. And you really feel like I'm missing a detail here. I say I'm not. Again, you're trying to put words into my mouth. But if you want me to explore this, I need you to tell me what you think that I'm missing. You tell me what you think I'm missing. It's something like money doesn't make you happy. And if you're made out of gold, let's just say gold is money. Let's say you're made out of money. And money doesn't make you happy, then how will you ever make yourself happy? And how will that ever make you happy? I just tell you have a paper heart. All I say is you have a paper heart. And I say it in a way that, like, if you don't understand, then you're never gonna understand. And you have a paper heart. I just say that boldly. And it's just a thin white piece of paper. And the reason why I say it like this is for you to see yourself for who you are. If I say your heart is just a thin white piece of paper, then what are you going to tell me the truth about yourself is? Let's hang in there for a minute. Stay bold and strong. Who are you? Paper thin heart, made out of gold. We're breaking down some serious good walls here. I'm just so proud of you because we're right on, it's like the tip of the tongue here on how this could shift. It's just you have to be ready for it, okay? Like you have to say that I get it now and I'm okay with it and I'm embracing me now. And you're really close. You're so close. Why don't I just, real quick, let's see if we can understand the blue glowing eyes since that was part of the equation, okay? Oh, I don't like these at all. They're too bright. They really hurt my eyes. When I look into it, it's like, I feel like it's literally laser beaming my eyes out of my head. It's like really taking the eyes out of my very head, burning my eyeballs out. And I ask, why are you hurting me? This is really creepy. I'm adjusting to the light now, and then I'm going inside of these blue glowing eyes. And I see people walking down. It's a very clean, like freshly mopped, waxed floor or something. Like I can hear their professional shoes on every step on this floor. It's almost like an underground like hospital or something. And they're wearing black suits though, and there's paperwork, and they're kind of reading and looking and making decisions about some experimenting going on. And it's very scientific, it's very intelligent, it's very medical type feel to it, but it's investigative as well. some things aren't good in this world. It's kind of, I mean, you're kind of saying the vibe that there's good things, and then some good things are not good things. And I say it's okay. I want you to know that it's okay. You say some things aren't okay. I don't feel okay about some things. You say then that's good. You can acknowledge that you don't feel okay about some things. So what are those things? It's almost like you're not allowed to really go there inside yourself. You're just allowed to kind of accept these things as they are. I say you can still feel about it, and it's kind of like, well, what's the point though if I can't do anything about it? Because you need to feel about it. Because you need to feel about it. You need to be sad about it or upset about it, because it's accessing deeper parts of your own soul and bringing that stuff to the surface so you can look at it and understand that the world is for all these lessons and all this learning, and is the gift that we give to each other, and it all makes sense in other dimensional planes. As a human being, it's conflicting and confusing and wrong, and it's such a, but the bigger picture is the beauty of why it all is like this. But as you kind of become more aware of that beauty, that you have to feel about what you don't like. You have to feel about it. I mean, acceptance is one way of feeling about it, but you need to like be angry. You need to be sad. You need to feel powerless. You need to feel confused. You need to feel things about it, because it's healing other lifetimes and stuff like that. And it's helping you to find a wholeness with yourself and acknowledge what you can do, what you can't do. And if you can't do anything about it, you send it to heaven, send it to the angels, and let them handle it. And know that you sent the love out there to try to do something of your own kind to support change. If you can't do anything to change it, then you can't live your life feeling like you have to live in acceptance of it. You feel empowered when you say, I can do something about this. I can't do something about that. I disagree with that. I'm going to ask that light illuminate this for the world or for the situation or the people in the situation, or heal this. I don't know how to heal this, but I think about this. And when I think about this, it makes me sad. And I feel like if I could send light to it, it would give me more of a feeling of empowerment. And that's what I want to get out of this exchange, is to feel like I could do something. Even if I feel like I can't change it, I can still do something. I say, okay, well, does that help? This is a work in progress, and that's fine. That's okay, because we're going to have this stuff throughout our lives, But it's okay to work through your emotions about it. And don't feel powerless. And don't feel like you have to accept something that you have to live with. You can feel about it, be grateful for it, or forgive the situation, ask for guidance, send light into it. This gives you actions of power that helps you come into a sensation of wholeness with these things, okay? Yeah, this is actually to really help to kind of, it's just like to revive your heart, but it is to give you material to work with self-reflection, okay? And I think you could take this and work with this. I think it's going to definitely help. Thank you so much for reaching out and allowing me to have this opportunity to explore this with you. Thank you for being open-minded to share with others. That's wonderful. And for everybody watching, if any of you are interested in exploring a session with me. Sorry, I get so loopy sometimes at the end of these. But you can visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. And thank you all again so much for being a part of this experience. And I wish you all a very wonderful day.